just stunning.
It's the first Derby game I attended. I know for a fact it was 1994 when I was 5. I did go to probably 2 or 3 games when I was about 2 and cried my eyes out the whole time because of the noise.
The first Derby I attended was when I was 5 and we won 2-1 and I was sat in the terracing and I remember just leaning against the post and like getting annoyed because everyone kept on standing up and I couldn't see.
The atmosphere in the Edinburgh Derby is awesome. Both sets of fans get right up for the match. We know how much it means to the supporters.
The Edinburgh Derby means a hell of a lot to the supporters, both sides I think, but over the years Hibs have struggled, but now we're coming back.
The passion and the pride which just sort of seeps from it is probably what it means to me. It's just a roller coaster of emotions.
It's a massive rivalry in the city and it's one that we want to win.
It means that I'm no friends with any Hearts fans for that 90 minutes.
I would say that means everything to the Hibs fans to win this particular game.
You just didn't want to lose that game, and then now going to play in one, it's something very, very exciting for me, and it's a dream come true really.
Most memorable moment I'd say is 6-2 Derby, and Mitsu Patline and doing all his backflips and that is just brilliant.
I've got to go to the 6-2 game, and so that's my most memorable game, most memorable moment.
The best goal I've seen scored in the Edinburgh Derby was the 6-2 game when Russell picked it up, flicked it into Mixu, he flicked it round the corner and he volleyed it straight in the net. A great way to round off the 6-2 victory.
Every goal that Jason ever scored.
Paul Hanlon's equaliser in the Scottish Cup, which helped us on our way to lift that trophy.
The funniest moment in the Derby, probably the most recent Derby, when Grant Hall's doing the incredible hole and honestly it's just like ripping out his shirt. It was brilliant.
I think with a game like this everything just goes out the window, like all form, and I think it potentially may be tougher than we realise, but I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win.
I'm going to say 3-1. Stokes double and a Boyle. We'll go Boyle first goal, Stokes double.